Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to round or minimize your hip dips. If you're new to my channel, make sure you click that subscribe button to join the family and follow me on my socials because I do post more outside of YouTube. So me personally, when it comes to hip dips, I don't really care about them or do that much to try and minimize them, but because it's a highly requested video, I decided to do it anyways for my ladies that do feel insecure about their hip dips and want to round or minimize them a little bit more. But yeah, anyways, let's start. And also, you guys, like I said in my last video, the bands are mine. They're from my company, okay? A lot of you kept on asking me where I got my bands from, and I literally said in my last video that the bands are from me, like my brand. But anyways, I'm going to be releasing them very soon. This is why I always tell you guys to follow me on Instagram, because literally YouTube, I only just post videos, and Instagram is what I'm most active on, so you guys will really see a lot on there. That's why I'm saying follow me outside of YouTube, okay? Listen, people need to start listening to videos, okay? Because then you start doing krum krum kram krum nonsense, and then you come in the comments, come and ask me about something I've already answered. So next, when you're doing these exercises, honestly, just take your time. Me personally, when I was doing them, I was struggling a little bit because my balance was off. But yeah, other than that, when you're doing the squats and you do the leg extension, just make sure you're fully balanced, taking your time, squeeze when you get down and you get to the top, and then you'll be fine. So you should be feeling that a lot in your the side of your hips and a little bit on your quads or your hamstrings, but depending on how you do it, make sure you put all the weight on your heel. Me personally, when I do these, I don't feel them in my quads and my hamstrings. If you are feeling them in your quads and your hamstrings, then you might be doing something a little bit wrong, so just make sure your posture is right. Now, honestly, throughout this whole video, the main exercise that really will help you for your hip dips is the hip abductor machine. This machine is literally made for your hips. So when I do these, I like to do supersets. So I'll do a mid weight and then do 10 to 15 reps, and then I might either go high and then do that same amount of reps, or I'll go low and do more reps. So that's what I would say for this one. Just do a lot of supersets, and sometimes when you're doing these, don't even count. Just keep on doing it until you just can't go anymore. Share with you guys. But yeah, honestly, like I said, to really keep up, and because we sell so fast, I do recommend that you guys follow me outside of YouTube so you can keep up with me more. For those who don't have Instagram, unfortunately, you might be on the last end to find out when. Okay. So like I said, the hip abduction machine is mainly for your hips. So we want to try to incorporate some kind of hip abduction into pretty much every exercise that we do. For example, I'm doing squats and then I do a little hip abduction. I don't really hip abductors at the end of the squat, and then squeeze when I get to the top. This will engage pretty much all of your leg muscles, but when you do the hip abduction, it's gonna target more of your hips. Now, like I always say in my past videos, you can use a band and you can not use a band, but me personally, I always tell people to use a band, because sometimes when you're doing an exercise, the band will help you target the little muscles or just certain parts of your body that the exercise that you're doing isn't really hitting, if that makes sense. So next, with this exercise, honestly, because there's not really any weight and the band that I'm using for this one is lightweight, this one you really just want to do a bunch of reps until you just can't anymore. That's when you really start to feel it, probably after your third or a little bit of your second set, that you really start to feel. I would say maybe do like 20 to 25 reps for each set. Okay guys, so I have really been, because you guys know that I love hip thrusts, and hip thrusts are what kind of really made me grow my glutes. And like I was saying, I really have been liking the hip thrusts on the hamstring curls. It's just way more easier, and I can target more without having to be struggling and all that. So this will mainly be your glutes, but also, like I said, we want to incorporate a lot of hip abductors in pretty much exercise that we do. So when you get to the top, do a little hip abduction, probably like 3 times when you do it, and you really start to feel it. So I thought this exercise was really effective. So you're really doing your hips and your glutes at the same time, so you're knocking in one stone. And let me tell you, it will burn, but obviously, you know, we love the burn because burn is good. And yeah. So with this exercise, you guys have seen me do this in my glute warm-up and activation and isolation video. It is a really good warm-up exercise and just an exercise on its own. When you're doing these, what I was struggling with was just trying to make sure I go in a straight line. That would be the main tip. Just go in a straight line and make sure all the weight is on your heel. You probably feel it more when you get to probably like the 15th or the 20th rep. And like I said before, the bands are just for that extra challenge. So if you guys want that extra resistance as well, you can just keep on adding bands. You can add 1 or 2, it really doesn't matter. It's just based on preference. Okay guys, so for this exercise, honestly, this one is really gonna burn and be a little bit hard. So for those who aren't up for the challenge, I would recommend just use 1 band. For my ladies that are playing no games, okay, you can use 2 bands, but honestly, these will burn and they are really effective in my opinion. And yeah, other than that, just make sure your glutes are tight. Take your time, make sure you're doing them properly. Just because they hurt, don't improperly do them, okay? Yeah, and then for the next one, it will literally just be the same, but our body is lower, so it's kind of doing a different angle and targeting other little muscle groups. So yeah, these are, like I said, like the last one, they're also gonna burn, so just push through, take your time, and yeah. Okay guys, so this one is gonna be like the last painful burner one, okay? So you thought the last one was bad, this one is actually gonna be hell, okay bitch? So that's why I'm using 1 band. But yeah, honestly, just push through these ones. In the end, honestly, out of all the pain, in the end, you guys are gonna thank me because your booty is gonna look good and your hip dips will be perfectly round and minimalized, okay? But yeah, just like I said, just push through. I know it's painful, bitch. Just push through. You remember in my last videos what I always say, just think about the booty gains. Just think about the booty gains, okay? Just put that at the back of your head and you'll be fine. Okay, my loves, so that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what is your favorite exercise because I'm curious, and I really hope to see you guys in my next video. Mwah.
golden.